Yo, what is good, YouTube? We're back with another video. If you're not in the free Discord, go join it. It is linked down below. Someone in the Discord asked me to make another video on the ICT macros. So we're going to go over what the ICT macros are and how you can frame scalps from the new hourly candle off of these macros, right? Because every macro, almost every macro, is the beginning and the end of a new hourly or a 4-hour candle, right? So the reasoning for these macros is to give you more confluence into your trade. You're not just going to take these macros just to take them. So if we want to take a look here at these ICT macros, we have the AM and the PM macros, new hourly candle scalping. So the AM macros are 8:50 to 9:10 AM, 9:50 to 10:10 AM, which is a new 4-hour candle, 10:50 to 11:10 AM, and then the PM macros are 11:50 AM to 12:10 PM, the lunch macro, 1:10 p.m. to 1:40 p.m. and then 3:15 to 3:45 p.m. So if we want to, I don't trade the PM macros because I don't like trading PM session. It's just too slow for my liking. I am only going to be going over the AM macros. If you want to go into the charts and take a look at the PM, go right ahead, but I'm not going over something that I don't really trade. I will only take a trade in the PM session if I don't see anything I like in the AM, or if the AM was not clean in the AM session. That's the only way I will trade the PM. So we're not going to be going over the PM. If you want to, go right ahead. So if we hop into the charts real quick, we're going to go over the AM macros on Friday. So Friday we had a huge move higher and then a nice move lower to take out these lows. I don't know if we actually, yeah, we do. So if we want to go over these trades, let's hop down into the 1 minute because they're easier to see. And we are going to go over these macros. So 8:50, right? Now, I don't trade the 8:50 to 9:10 macro because New York Stock Exchange is not open. And I will not take a trade on the 1 minute chart based off of, or I will not take a trade on the 1 minute chart if it's before New York Stock Exchange. Sure, if it's the 5 or 15, but not if it's the 1 minute chart. I will not trade before AM. So if we want to take a look here at 8:50, we do have a move lower, but it's not really anything of significance. So if we want to take a look at New York AM, we have this Judas swing lower, sweeping out these lows, and then displacement higher. Now 9:50, right here. What do we do at 9:50? Well, we start to accumulate. So we accumulate. So we're accumulating here, and we are bullish, right? We want to see news data highs get swept. So right here, 9:50 opens up. Right there. And if we want to go down to like the 15-second chart per se, you can probably frame a trade. Now, the only thing I don't like about this is we created these equal lows. Now, if we took this low, this would be much cleaner to trade, and I would have taken a trade here, but we didn't. But right here, when we get this displacement out, right here, we fill in this imbalance and then hit that high right there. And then we finish the move off at what time? We finish this move off right after the macro, the last 5-minute candle before that, or after that macro ends at 10:15. And then we have 10:50 open up. So 10:50, that was 9:50 to 10:10 right there. So this little macro gave us a nice move higher, right? 9:50, 10:10, we create a nice move higher. So 10:50 opens up right here. What happens? 10:50, move lower. Where are we in the charts? Right in this imbalance. So we are holding bearish order flow. We created an SMT at this high right here. So SMT at the high, displacement lower, imbalance here, imbalance here. 10:50 opens up, we displace lower. 11:10 right here. So right here, a nice move lower from 10:50 to 11:10. You get an entry here. You can get an entry on this order block. We close below it, tap it, and then we continue lower. So next macro, 11:50. Now this is the lunch macro to 12:10. This finishes the move off to sell side. So as you see, these macros do deliver. Right here we sweep out these highs, get displacement lower, It looks like we want to take that high, but we eventually don't. New hourly candle opens right here, and then we deliver to this sell side. So as you see on the charts right here, these macros did deliver very nicely. Now, am I saying you have to trade in these windows? No. I'm saying that this is adding confluence to your trade. So we're going to hop into another example. 850 is right here. This is why I don't like this macro. It is the start of a new hourly candle, but it didn't deliver anything. So we're going to go over 950, which is right here. What do we notice at 950? Well, we sweep out these lows over here, and then we get displacement out. So this looks like we are going to reverse during this macro to 1010. Where do we go? We draw to this high. So this 950 to 1010 macro delivers us higher. Right here is an imbalance. Boom, tap, hold, continue higher. If you didn't enter there, you can get a quick scalp to finish the move off right here. So that macro delivers. 1050 right here. What do? This would be this looks like a higher time frame fair value gap. Am I in replay mode? Yes. Okay, it's not a 5 minute. What about a 3 minute? Yeah, right here. Fill out this 3 minute imbalance. 1050. 1050 retraces to that imbalance. Change in the state of delivery. Come down, tap this order block. 1110. Right here. Retrace, stop out traders. Definitely could have found an entry on the 15 or 30 second chart right there. Hold this order block if you only want to trade the 1 minute. We inverse this fair value gap. Boom, here can be your entry to finish off this move higher during this macro. The next macro, lunch macro, 1150 to 1210. I don't trade this macro either. What do? Accumulate. Now, if a macro accumulates like this and we manipulated, right, this would be your manipulation. Why? Well, power of 3. We have this accumulation right in here. So power of 3 on the lower time frame. What happens here? Stop out traders. Make that red. Here comes your distribution. Right when this macro ends, we distribute higher. So if a macro accumulates like this and stops people out like we do here, and we are bullish on the day, but if we were bearish, we'd want to see manipulation up. So in this case, let's say we were bullish, we would want to see shorts get stopped out, or longs get stopped out before we enter into a long. So right here, we stop out longs, trap shorts. We are in a price range, so we want to see a power of 3 play out, trap shorts, stop longs, distribute higher. Beautiful macro play right there after the macro finishes. So let's go to another example. 950 to 1010. 850, does this one do anything? I don't know. 850 to 910. No, that one doesn't do anything. Okay, what do we see here? Well, 930. We come up, take buy side, get displacement lower right here, using that macro as confluence. Imbalance can be your short here, and then we deliver actually significantly lower. 240. Wow, that's 130 points right there. Right there, that macro delivers us very nicely to the downside. Okay, 1050. What do we notice before 1050? Accumulating. Get displacement up here, fair value gap. This is definitely a higher time frame imbalance. You can just tell from all these down candles. So we're rebalancing price. Boom. Here can be your scalp. Kill it at the end of the macro. Right here, what makes the high? The macro makes the high. Then we start to make this move lower. 1150 to 1210. Accumulation macro. What happens after the macro? Deliver lower. Like I just said, if a macro accumulates. Now, what doesn't happen in this macro though? We do not stop anybody out. Now the thing is, maybe, I'm not sure if we do, but maybe we create an SMT. Time date range. 1 minute chart. Maybe. Yep. Right here. Right here we create an SMT. You can see my crosshairs. Right there we create that SMT with the ES. Boom, boom. This can be your turtle soup entry. What do we have here? Order block. Order blocks supports us lower. And then we deliver lower after that accumulation macro is finished. So accumulate, manipulate, stopping out shorts and trapping longs. Sorry, I couldn't think of what I was trying to say. On the ES, we have an SMT, and then we deliver, dude, we deliver extremely lower. 170 points. Oh my gosh. All right. Well, let's go over 110 because I don't know, but I didn't go and replay the never mind. Anyways, 110 opens up. What do? Rebalance this price range, stop out these highs, displace lower, imbalance, stop out here. Definitely could get a 15-30 second short on this high. After we stop this high out, stop this high out, definitely could find an entry on that lower time frame to deliver us to this low. Or if the draw was lower, I'm not sure because I'm just going over these macros. But right there you saw these macros deliver. This macro delivers us significantly lower. This macro rebalances price. This macro accumulates right after it's finished. We deliver significantly lower. And now we're going to go over one last macro. This day, what do we see? Well, we see 930 opens. Judas swing higher. Boom. Stopping out these highs. 950 opens up. What do we see here? Double purge. Purge the highs. Purge the lows. Now it's going to be a low resistance liquidity run to this high. What do we see right here? Breaker block. Whoa. Breaker. Fair value gap. Inverse. A lot of confluences here to deliver us to that high. 1010. What makes the high? The macro makes the high. 1050. Ooh, another one. 1050. Looks like it spots a reversal. Not really any entries given here. Yeah, there's no entry given on this. Sorry. Sometimes you don't get any entries, but as you see, this macro rebalances price. Last macro that I would be trading, 1150 to 1210. What do? We accumulate and don't really go anywhere afterwards until 110. Nope, we already delivered to this low. So this only gave us two macros that actually delivered to something. This macro, reversal macro, breaker block, inverse fair value gap. We do tap that inverse to deliver us to these highs over here. This is low resistance. Failure swings all throughout there. And yeah, this macro reverses and rebalances price. And then this one accumulates, and we accumulate pretty much until we just slowly grind lower. So that's going to be the video. If you don't use the macros, you can use them as great confluence, because let's say you think a trade looks really good at 946 and you're sitting there thinking, oh, I don't know if I should take this, and then you look down here at the clock and you look down here at the clock and you say, oh, it's 9:46, macro opens up in 4 minutes, should deliver us to the lower or higher depending on your bias. So these are great to use in confluence with trades. If you're not in the free Discord, go join it. It is linked down below. Other than that, I'm out of here. Peace.